WRAZ Radio 102.7 Adrian, Missouri.
And everything's acting funny tonight. What the hell? Okay, maybe we'll get this right, maybe not. It's telling me my internet connection's unstable and I know better. So we'll see how that goes. Greetings, all one of you. Let that play out. It'll be over in a second.
WRAZ Radio 102.7 Adrian, Missouri.
And there it goes. So, show starts at 7, and it's after 7 now, by 1 minute. So, looks like we got one whole person. We'd planned on a guest tonight. He couldn't make it. So, you're stuck with me again. We had an election day. This is not go area. We had a beautiful day for weather. Not going to get very many more. Hope you're enjoying this while you can. It's going to get rough again. It's going to start feeling like winter. So, now what? Hey, how you feel about the election? We're still counting votes. Well, Missouri's not so much, but other places. Arizona, for example, again, Maricopa County has issues. Maricopa County is the biggest county by population in Arizona. They count for somewhere between 60 and 80% of the votes. And they wonder why people are suspicious about them. They're one of the places that 2020 they had votes show up. They locked out the Republican bipartisan part of the committee that's supposed to watch the votes. They had subpoenas for machine records. They denied the subpoenas. And they wondered why people were suspicious. And now this year, the voting machines don't work. So all the ballots had to be transported and will be hand counted. Nothing suspicious there. I know that they're being watched a lot more closely this year than they were last year, but makes you wonder. That race is close. It's really close. Now, they've declared Mark Kelly a winner with only about 51% of the votes counted. They haven't gone so far as declare Hobbs winner over Kari Lake yet, but it's sure, and again, only about 51% of the votes counted, and it's within less than 10,000 people, and there's a whole lot of votes left for them to count. Let me ask you guys, any of you, do you think our elections are fair and square and above board? And especially in some of the Democrat-run states, do you feel like they're all playing by the rules? I'm one of those that thinks if there's that much smoke, there's got to be a fire somewhere. I don't know. Maybe not. But it sure seems like it. Water. It's water. I think this time the Republicans were complacent, and I think another thing that's going to look bad is the Democrats were worried, and they went on the nasty, dirty attack mode. And the sad part is they're going to think that's what worked for them. And you can bet in 2024. It'll be nasty, dirtier, more accusations without any evidence or proof. I just think it's going to, these elections are getting worse and worse, and I don't know what to do about it. We've got people with obvious mental disorders that are holding high offices now. I don't know. How do you feel about the energy crisis? What do you think? You ready for electric, all electric everything? I'm not. We were energy independent a couple of years ago, and now we're begging foreign countries to sell us oil when we've got oil and natural gas sitting in the ground that we're not producing. I don't know. Another thing that irritated me on the elections this year, this thing is just showing me my internet is all over the place. I know I've got good internet. I don't know what Linda's doing down there, screwing up my internet. But how do you feel about that? Should we be drilling oil? Should we finish the pipeline? Inflation's killing us. The numbers I see say that when you take inflation into account, for those of you working, you have to work 12 months to have equivalent pay to what you had in 11 months before. That works out to you lost a month's pay. There are more people right now that are using their credit cards to survive with. They're buying groceries, buying gas, and making minimum payments. High interest rates are going to eat them alive. And all this comes back around. I mean, it's just, it's not sustainable. What are we going to do about it? I don't know. I know one thing. The people we've got in charge, if you're not happy with them, what the hell are you doing voting for them again? You're not going to fix the problem with the same jackwagon in there that caused the problem. Yeah, I'm off my normal here. I'm on a rant. Apparently, we have states that could care, and ours is one of them, that are gone soft on crime. This bail reform crap. Go out and do something and get arrested. You'll be stuck there until you have your hearing, and then the judge will say, well, release them on their own reconnaissance. No bond, no bail. Let them back out. And then even if they come back and get convicted, they're going, well, give them 5 years probation. They go out, violate probation, come back, give them another 5 years. You know, what the hell is wrong with us? Why are we doing this? Where's the gain in this? And one of the terms that's just putting sandpaper in my toilet paper is election deniers. It's a dirty set of words. They're calling people election deniers. Every station but one that I watched was saying, oh, there's 5 election deniers up for election in that state. I don't know what we'll do if they all get elected. Election deniers means they question the results of the 2020 election. They weren't alone. If it wasn't crooked, it sure looked like it, and they didn't do anything at all to dispel that. So it's on them. If it wasn't crooked, open it up, let people look. You guys aren't talking. You aren't saying anything. Just letting me ramble. Just another thing. The World Economic Forum supporters are making a lot of noise over in Europe. And, it's being echoed here, but not as loudly, but it will be. Once the election's over, you'll start hearing it. Free speech online is a weapon of war. Free speech is a weapon of war. I don't care if it's online or on the street corner. You get to say what you want. You can say what you think. If you question something, you're allowed to question it. You don't have to agree with everybody. You don't have to agree with me. You can question me. I don't care. I'll either answer you or tell you to go away or whatever, but you're entitled to ask. Our First and Fourth Amendments are being ignored. Hey, Dorothy, how you doing? There's Dorothy. I don't really have a lot tonight. Like I said, I had a guest I thought was going to be here, and they didn't show up, so you stuck with me, and I didn't do a lot of prep because I was planning on leaning on them. I know that wasn't very nice. But, let's talk about some of these crime waves. There was one I saw where a lady and her child were assaulted by another woman. They had video of the assault. And the judge says, the courts are too busy, and they threw it out. They didn't have enough courthouses. They didn't have enough judges. They just didn't think it was important enough to proceed with it, and he pitched it. So, is that where we are? A lot of cities have got catch and release, or they won't even catch. We've got looters. We've got guys just raiding businesses in broad daylight because they know nothing's going to happen. I know what I think is going to happen. I think that essentially people are going to get fed up with it. They're going to get sick and tired of this crap. And we're going to start seeing something we haven't seen in a couple hundred years. We're going to see vigilantes. Justice will be taken into the hands of people that are being affected by the crimes. We're going to start finding some of these people in street corners or the backs of cars or something. I don't want to see that. I'll understand it if it happens. We've got to stop this. I feel sorry for the police. They just, their hands are tied. They go out, catch somebody, lock them up, and the judges turn them loose. Answering a question. Housekeeping. Okay, let me get back to this. I'm sorry, I went away for a minute. I got a dull knife I can sharpen up a little bit. It's not even rusty, Dorothy. I've been watching a whole lot of surgeries on YouTube in the last couple of weeks. I think I got this. I don't have any painkiller. We'll have to go to the old Rock Gut Whiskey, and I'm sure Linda's got a needle and thread around here someplace. It'll give you a pretty scar. Okay. housekeeping done. Alrighty. Guys, I've not been doing much with the radio station. And I'm going to ask this, even though there's not very many of you here. Usually, by the time I get up one morning, there's several watch this that weren't here during the live part. I've entertained the idea of doing an hour's live show on there. I could do call in, I could do talk, I could do a lot of things. We could do a morning for sale show. I'm set up. I can take live phone calls. I can take live phone calls here, or I can take them over there. It don't matter. So let me know what you think about that. I started early on the No Shave November thing, and I'm about to get to the point where this might have to go. Undecided whether to let it go full Bushman. Ooh, that was ugly. Full Bushman, clean shaven, or just go back to the goatee. Haven't made up my mind. I'll let you vote on it. Let me know. I'll watch for 24 hours and see what we come up with. Guys, I don't know what to talk about. I invented. Now, for the local people, I have got things set up and working for doing a live remote or a recorded remote even, where I can go to your business, do an interview, and play it back later, or we can do a live show from your business, as long as I got some kind of internet connection that's halfway decent. So if you know somebody that'd be interested in that, let me know. If you hadn't noticed, right there, the email address for the radio station's been scrolling by all the time I've been babbling here. If somebody's interested in something like that, let me know. Get with me. Send them my way. We had a nice little show. Not really. If it could go wrong, it went wrong up at the Wine Journal. But I will be going back and sit down with Daniel, and we'll do an interview and record it so I can play it back later. Catch it sometime. They're not swamped. We were busy that night. Food good. I'm not a wine drinker, so I can't attest to that, but the food's good. I didn't move any booze at all when we moved back to Missouri. I gave it away. I hadn't drank anything in so long. I just got rid of it. I've got some cold beer sitting here, but I haven't even touched that in a couple of weeks. So, what are we going to do? I think that QRAZ needs to find a worthwhile group or a worthwhile charity to support. And I'm open to suggestions on that too. I'm also open to suggestions on doing a live show on the radio. I don't know how many people listen to that thing. It only covers Adrian. Almost to Archie. Not quite. And we're not going to push that. So if I took the antenna up another 5 feet and pumped a little bit more power into it, we might be able to do that, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not pushing things like that. Well, I'm not rattled out. Didn't get down any crap I touched tonight. I just wanted you to start thinking about it. Bunch of election deniers. I'm going to ask a question. And I don't care if you answer right now or not, but anybody that watches this, I want you to post a yay or nay on, do you actually think the elections in this country are on the up and up? Are they honest? Yes or no? Simple as that. All right, guys. I battled 20 minutes, didn't say anything. Remember, Friday's Veterans Day. I'm veteran. Let's see, what else did I want to? I think that's it. I did on the page post my link to buy me a cup of coffee. If any of you find this worthwhile or entertaining, feel free to click that link and buy me a cup of coffee or buy me a slice of pizza, whatever the hell it says now. If you like the show, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike, thumbs down twice. Be sure you got it that way. All right. Remember, like and follow the page. For those of you over on YouTube, like and follow. Like and follow. It helps the channel. It helps us get out to more people. By the way, last week, YouTube had more watchers than it's ever had before for my channel, which is 15. I've always used YouTube as kind of my backup for this. Seriously tempted the way Facebook's been acting on these things lately of just moving over to YouTube for this. And I'm not ready to do that yet. All right. I'm getting ready to bail. I don't know what's going on, why this thing's complaining about my internet connection. It's always been rock solid. You guys have a good night. Have a good week. Enjoy Veterans Day as your day off, and remember why you're having it. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place, if not before.